Good morning. Good morning. Hey, you guys are not used to seeing me just pop up, but here I am, just popping up. And I thought I would come on and just say hello because this morning I had to change my Libre, and I did a recording this morning as I was doing that, and I thought I'd show that to you and then come back and we could talk a little bit about what's been happening. So I hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day. I am now, let's see, 7 to 79 hours into this week's fast. I was supposed to end the fast. I was going to plan to end it last night, but decided to do something differently. So I got this video that I shot. Let me go ahead and take a look at that right now, and then I'll be back and we can talk some more. Hey, good morning. Hey, I am about to change my Libre. So I woke up this morning and my Libre had ended my sensor. And so I have a Libre 3, as you know. I wear a Libre 3. I also wear another a Dexcom, a G7, but that one doesn't need to be changed. But this morning I thought I'd just come on and go ahead and change the Libre right here. Let me hop over and I'm going to show you what my report said this morning, or what my app said this morning. As I woke up, I heard the other one going off because the blood sugar was low. But I looked at this and this is what I saw. So right off to the side here, I have a new Libre that I'm about to put on. All right, I have to put that on, and I thought I'd do it right here. Well, let's see. Let's do it this way. So right on the back of my arm, I have the Libre on this side, and it's really just it's a little disc that is attached with. Can you see that one? Yeah, there you go. So it's a little disc that's attached in the back of the arm, and it really, you can tear that off just almost like a Band-Aid. Actually, not almost, but just like a Band-Aid, because it's adhered to the skin with basically tape. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to grab that and just take it off. Boom. And then let's see, let's go here. And you can see what that looks like. So that's the old one. And then here is my Libre. So let's go ahead and I'm going to open that box. Push that off to the side. And in the box, it's basically a big screw, right? But in the box, there are some instructions on what to do, right? How to put it on. But I've done this before, and I think we've done it here on the show as well. So basically what happens is this is a big screw, and you screw it apart. And when you open it up, it comes into two parts. Now the old version used to have to put this together, but now everything comes together. This is actually just a cover, and so we can put that off to the side. And down in here is where the sensor is. And I don't know if you can get a sense right there. That's the cannula. The needle that goes into the arm that inserts the cannula. And basically what we do is we put this against whatever surface. Let's pretend that we're going to do it here. And then we would push it on. I'm not putting it here. I'm going to put it in the back of my arm, but I just wanted to show you what that's like. So basically here, and we press it in. So let's go ahead and let's switch over here. And so what I tell people usually is to make a 90-degree angle with their arm, right? And we basically put this there. And I usually wear mine closer down to the back, down here by my elbow, because I tend not to hit that often. If I put it up higher, it gets knocked off fairly frequently, so I don't put it there. Some people can, and it works well for them. For me, it just doesn't. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, like I said, make a 90-degree angle with my arm. Find a spot back there, and maybe I can do. Yeah, there we go. basically 90-degree right here, and then I'm pressing firmly. Right, I'm going to press firmly, and hopefully you'll hear a little pop. Okay, hopefully you heard that. Now that one hurt a little bit more than normal. I think I may have hit maybe a muscle. There we go. Okay. So now that that's in, what we want to do is hop over and take a look at the app. And the app says, let's see what happened there. I just lost my connection to the app. Hold on a second. All right, we're back. All right, yeah. So on the app, it says to scan. And so basically what I'm doing is I've got the app open, and you can see that on the screen. And it says scan new sensor. And I'll hit that button. And then it comes up like this. And so I basically take this and I put it next to the sensor. And you see it says ready. And then it comes up with a message. One of the messages that it usually gives is this idea of vitamin C. That too much vitamin C can affect the readings, and so I'm going to say okay. And then it says in 60 minutes I'm going to get what my first blood sugar reading is. Okay, and so I think I would be available to come back and do that, but if not, we'll take a look at another time. But basically that's it. So you take the old one off, you take you unscrew this guy. And then you insert the sensor in the back of the arm, just like we did here. And then you scan it with the app, and then it gives you the numbers. Okay. What I want to do is I want to hop over and take a look at one of the reports that goes along with the Libre. So let's do that right now. Okay, and you see that's the report down there. Of course, here's the old, not the old, but the new one I just took apart. And let's hop over and take a look at the report. And so the report gives us a lot of information. Part of the information it gives you is basically a summary. And this is a 2-week summary, so 14 days, 93% active. And I think that other, whatever, 7% is probably when I was changing, or like last night when it went off. And I didn't, I was sleeping, so I didn't do anything about it. But if you look at off to the right, you'll see the graph that says time in range, and you'll see I'm in range 77% of the time, but part of the reasons that I'm not in range more is that 20% of the time I'm low. And that has to do with our fasting and those numbers that we see there. And then, of course, 3% of the time we're high. And, of course, those are probably meals that I've eaten or things that I've eaten that will drive those blood sugars up. Okay. Going further down on the report, you'll see that my average blood sugar is 101. And let me see if I can, here we go. So my average blood sugar right there is 101. Okay. With a glucose management indicator of 5.7, that says that if I was to get in my A1C, it should be a 5.7 based on these numbers. And the target range is right here at 70 to 180. Now, one point about that, and this is a little confusing for people, just because you're in the target range doesn't mean those are the numbers that we necessarily want you to have. So I tell people I want your blood sugars on average to be between 70 and 120. Actually, 100 to 120 is usually the number I give. Because sometimes some people see that they're in target 90% of the time, 99% of the time, yet their A1C is elevated. And the A1C is elevated because the target range is wider than the A1C that we want you to have. Okay? And then, of course, scrolling down, we can see here 7 days on top, 7 days on the bottom. So each of these boxes is a 7-day period. And so you can see what my blood sugars have been doing over the last couple of weeks. Now, last week, I fasted starting on Sunday, right? So Sunday going into Sunday morning, because we were getting ready to go on a trip, and so I wanted to get my fasting in, and I usually do a 72 at least hour fast per week. Last week I think we ended up doing a 93 or 94 hour. So started fasting right here at on Sunday morning, right around 1 o'clock, and so 1 o'clock the next morning, 24 hours. Right, and let's mark that right about there. 1 o'clock the next morning, that would be 48 hours, and then 72 hours. And then we broke the fast just before we went into the next morning, and so right about 96 hours or 93 hours, something like that. And you'll see what those blood sugars did over the course of that time, that they continue to go down until, for this day, we spent much of the day actually below 70. Okay, and this week started the fast right here Monday morning, Sunday morning, getting into Monday morning. Let's see, 24, 24, 48, 72. Yeah, so right here was where we started fasting. And so 24 hours later, and then 48 hours, and then actually no, so I started that one day too soon. So we started right here, right? So that was Monday night going into Tuesday morning. So that was time 0, and then 24 hours, and then 48 hours. Oh no, for some reason I'm doing this wrong. So yeah, right here, time 0, right here, 24 hours, 48 hours, and then 72 hours was earlier this morning at around 1 o'clock. Okay, so 72 hours. So we're over right now a 72-hour fast. In fact, 72 plus 6 is 78, almost 78 and a half hours right now is where we are in terms of our fasting. And so that's the information that we get from the report. It gives us a calendar, and on the calendar it gives us lots of different pieces of information. It gives low blood sugars, right? The number of times that the sensor was used, scanned, but it's continuous, and it continuously goes to my phone, so nothing that I've got to do there. And then of course it gives us low blood sugars as well. All right, so as you saw, I spent some time going through and talking about putting on my sensor and what the numbers are, and came back home, dropped my son off, and this is what my blood sugar is right now. This is now where we are, 83. And one of the questions that people will have is, wait a minute, if you've been fasting for now 79, let's see, 7, 8, so 9 minus 2, 7, so 79 hours or more, why is your blood sugar not 0? And if you listen to our check-in that we did last night, we talked about how blood sugars will change based on fasting, and the fact that even though you are not eating and your body's converting sugar or converting fat cells into energy, that's those ketones, that part of the triglycerides that come from the fat cells is glycerol, and that glycerol gets converted to sugar, and that's what you see there on the screen. What I want to do is go ahead like we normally do and actually do a testing on my Keto Mojo and my Contour, so that we can see what those actual blood sugars are as we compare them. So one question also you may be asking is, hey, wait a minute, Dr. Wood, I thought you were going to break your fast last night. And I was going to break it last night, and that was right at 72 hours, but it was 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, if you remember when we got off the show last night. And I didn't want to eat late into the night, because when I eat at night, I get into trouble. What do I mean by that? When I eat at night, because I am trying to stay up and eating, there are all those hormones that are flowing, all those emotions that are there. I tend to eat more. And so I made the decision last night that I wasn't going to, that I was not going to eat. I was not going to break the fast last night. And I just really got into bed because after I finished the show, I went to put my son to bed. He was already asleep. And I had all the stuff ready. And you remember I saw you had on the plate all the stuff I was going to eat, and I decided, hey, I'm not going to do that. So I wrapped it all up, put it in the refrigerator, got into bed, and then woke up this morning and really was not hungry, right? Which is part of the whole fasting process. You're not hungry, and so the things that are even now as I'm talking to you pushing me to eat is not hunger. It is okay, well, I know I've got that stuff in the refrigerator, and oh, I know it's gonna taste good, right? So that idea, those remember the heat model, uh, habits, emotions, access, and taste, right? So that is what actually is pushing me to eat right now, not because I'm hungry, not because I'm physically needing energy. It's because of the idea that okay, there's this food. The other thing is today I went yesterday I went to the store and I bought some things that I'm going to cook. I'm going to be recording a video for our channel, and so I'm anticipating the cooking. Right, so cooking for me is um, it's a release. It's a stress release. So when I want to release some stress, in addition to going to my space, remember that special place that I go to, St. Simon's Island, I will get in the kitchen and I'll cook. And so that's what I'm gonna be doing today. I promised my son that I would make some curry chicken for him. So I'm gonna do that, and you guys will get to see at some point that get to see that video as we go through it. But okay, let's hop over now and let's take a look. And you'll see on the screen that my Libre says that my blood sugar is 82. And let's go ahead and get the Lancet. Actually, that one I think that I messed that one up. So let me grab another one here. And sometimes if you don't turn that properly, they don't work. So let's go ahead and put this back in. Get that turned on. And as we normally do, let me pop this up so you can hear that click. Gives me a drop of blood. Get that one going, and go ahead and get the contour going as well. There we go. All right, so 75 for the Libre. And then the contour, let's see what happened there. So that one didn't work. So let me grab another strip out. All right, get that in, get that turned on, and get a drop of blood. I think I'll need to do another, there we go. I think that'll work. All right, so let's see what that is. So 75 for the Keto Mojo here on the contour, 75 as well, and then 82 for the Libre, and let's see what the Dexcom is saying right now. So 78, and then let's go ahead and change out for a ketone strip here on the Keto Mojo, and this time let's go ahead. Let's see, I need to get another drop of blood. There we go. Okay, and this time we're going to see what it is together in real time. How about that? And while I do that, let's go ahead and let's grab my Keto Mojo app. So 2.4. Look at that. So 2.4 is that's my ketone, and with a blood sugar, let's go ahead and sync that up. All right, and there we go. We got all that. So 2.4 is what my ketones are. Blood sugar of 75 that you see there on the screen. And remember, ketones that are less than 0.5 considered normal, 0.5 to 1.5 considered nutritional ketosis, and then above 1.5 is considered therapeutic ketosis. Okay, so that's the process. And if I look at the actual graphs, the tan line does blood sugar, and then the turquoise line, that is, those are ketones. And you'll see there, as my blood sugar has gone down, then the ketones have gotten higher and higher and higher, okay? And so we are right now well into the ketosis process because we're 2.4. And I am not sure if I'm going to break. I've got a doctor's appointment coming up here in just a little while, so I'm going to go and I'm going to see if I can do some video to show you guys later on, if he allows me to do that, but we'll see. And then I'm not sure if I'm going to break the fast at noon. That is my plan, but I think I may extend it and just break the fast here while we are on the show when I do my check-in later today. So make sure that you come back and join us, and you'll get to see where we are. As we review, as we do on Fridays, we also review the fasting process. So we'll talk more about that as we get into the rest of the day. But I'm hoping that you are having an amazing day. For those of you who have joined us, thank you for coming through and hanging out with us for just a little while. This was one of those special pop-ups that we decided that we're going to do just kind of randomly. And I enjoy it. I enjoy seeing the community, enjoy being here in this space with you. As I always say, I am excited for the space. We educate, we empower, and we encourage. That's how we do things here, right? So we educate, we empower, and we encourage. Education provides a change in thought and process in we get a mindset shift, a frame shift, if you will. We empower by providing tools, and we encourage with the community that you are a part of and that we are building. Make sure you come back and join us for a check-in that we'll have later this afternoon. This week in review is Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. And then, of course, our regular show, 7 p.m. Central, here on DwainWoodeMD. Hey, y'all, this is Dr. Dwayne Wood. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here on the channel, I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. And in this year, that's right, new year, new you. All right, we'll see you later on at our check-in later today. Bye-bye.